and welcome to Big Bore Knife and Gear. Today we are going to talk about one of the, in my opinion, best knives I've ever had in my hand. We're going to talk about a Hogue. This particular Hogue is the RSK MK1 designed by Doug Ritter. I know I'm a little late to the game on this one. It's been out for a while. There's been a ton of videos. Comes in this nice little pouch. This is on loan from my good friend Rusty. This thing is absolutely fantastic. It does come with some really nice textured G10 scales with this kind of sunburst pattern, and then you've got some like frag pattern built into it. It's not aggressive, but it does grip your hand, grip your fingers very well. Extremely well. It does come with the Able lock, another version of the Axis lock. This one's just happened to be called the Able lock. This action is stupid sick. I mean, finger flick it, thumb flick it. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Drop shut. Let me see if I can get this. Oh, the fidget factor alone on this knife is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Absolutely gorgeous. This is comes tip up carry only. Clip is reversible for right or left hand carry. It is a fairly deep carry pocket clip. It does leave about 1/4 of an inch of material sticking out of your pocket. It does have a very nice lanyard hole for all you lanyard guys out there. The blade is this beautifully, that's not stonewash, what are they going to call this? Probably tumbled. Let's see here. Yeah, they're calling it tumbled finish. So it's like a stonewash, but not very, very aggressive. You know, not super stonewash, but it is a beautiful, beautiful light stonewash on that blade. Fantastic. This is, if I can get it to focus, 20 CV blade steel. It is extremely sharp. I've used the heck out of this thing over the last 10-12 days. It has not lost its edge. I am very impressed with it. Nothing hard used, just papers and boxes and things of that nature. But my God, I did post a little Instagram pictures and a little short video, probably 10 days or 12 days ago on this thing. The first day I carried it, and it is absolutely fantastic. It just blows me away every time I put this in my hand. The action is just super, super smooth. You can wrist flick it out, thumb flick it. Whoops, I just failed that. Sorry guys, still recovering. Just an overall great pattern. This is a drop point blade shape. It does have this wonderful, it's not really hollow, but it's a really nice flat grind that becomes pretty dang thin behind the edge, which really aids in that super sliciness. Just a great knife. One good thing I like about this too, which I don't know why everyone doesn't do this, T8 hardware screws on the scales, T10 on the pivot. I don't know why companies are still using friggin' T6. That's horrible. Step your games up, folks. This is a Hogue, so it is made in the USA. If I didn't say it, it is a Doug Ritter design. Billboarding on the blade, very minimal for the most part. Just says, come on baby, focus. There we go. It just says Hogue, USA on this side. 20 CV for the blade steel. And of course, Doug Ritter's name on there. Absolutely fantastic. The feel of this knife in your hand is great. The ergos for my big old hands are great. It does have some jimping here on the liner locks and on the blade. It's pretty much perfect. So whether you're choked back on the knife like this, you've got good purchase on it, or if you're choked a little farther up, you've got really good purchase on it. No sort of finger choil, but it does have a nice little sharpening choil on there. And if you're careful and you really need to choke up on for some fine work, you can actually do that with the scales without really any issue. Blade centering on this guy, let's see if I can get it to pick up, is damn near perfect. It does favor the clip side just slightly. But this action, oh good God, absolutely fantastic. If you're a fidgeter like I am, I can't sit still, I'm always doing something. This has got to be the most fidget-friendly knife I've ever had in my hands, and it's fantastic. Pocket clip is done pretty well. The only thing I wish, the screws for the pocket clip do not sit flush. They're not recessed at all. They do sit up. However, with that said, this went in and out of pocket extremely easy. Really no issues with it catching or getting caught up on anything. This nice spoon style clip is done fantastically. Pretty decent retention on it. Again, in and out of the pocket super easy. I didn't have any issues of sitting down or moving around and having the knife start to come out. It held very well. I just love this knife. I am seriously going to have to get one of these. I hate to say it, my wife's going to watch this video, but sometime in the very, very near future, yeah, I'm going to have to score me one. Let's get some measurements. We've got a blade length of 1, 2, 3, just shy of 3.5 inches, with a cutting edge of 1, 2, 3, and just over 3.25 inches. Overall length of this guy is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just a hair over 8 inches, with a handle length of 1, 2, 3, 4.75, just shy of 4.75 inches. Again, in my big extra large hands, this knife fits very, very well. Extremely comfortable. The only thing I can fault on this entire knife, even though the pocket clip functions very well, it does have a little bit of a hot spot right here. So if I really grabbed this, or if I was really cutting down on something, destroying some cardboard, you can feel it. It's not painful, but you can feel it pretty good. Other than that, it is fantastic. Absolutely great. And I think that's where I'm going to end it, after I do this a couple more times, because it's fantastic. If I can keep it in frame here. Super, super easy deployment. And on that note too, one other little, not really a gripe, but the detent system on this, I guess technically there probably really isn't a detent because it's all done with the able lock, the cam type lock. As you can see, with not a whole lot of effort, oh, now that I say that, I just failed doing it. You can deploy the blade. Now with that said, I didn't have one issue at all in the last 12 to 14 days of the blade deploying or anything as I'm pulling it out of my pocket or going to use it. I mean, you do have to flick it to get it to come out that way, but fidget wise, 10 out of 10. Design wise, in my opinion, 10 out of 10. Functionality, looks, aesthetics, 10 out of 10. Just knocking it out of the park. Absolutely fantastic. Again, my only complaint, oh, and by the way, the jimping on here is a little rounded. It's not real aggressive, but let me tell you, it grabs and holds. But anyhow, again, my only complaint is the clip. My only complaint for the clip is that it does create somewhat of a hot spot right here. Other than that, fantastic knife. I would recommend this knife to anybody. Anybody. Again, just can't say enough great stuff about it. So Rusty, thank you again. Thank you so much for getting this in my hands. You've created a monster with me now. I'm gonna go against my wife's better wishes and cut back on buying things, but I have to get one of these. There's just no way around it. Anyhow, that's it for tonight, folks. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment because I love the feedback. And until next time, take care.